Hello, my name is DeQuandra Brown, and this is my reflection for modules 4 and 5 of this week. I'm gonna start with module 5. The first one heading is self care. Dr. K, I did not practice self care because I was too busy trying to get in all my assignments. I'm the type, when I start doing work, I like to go ahead constantly get it done. But in my boyfriend been telling me you need to take a break, because then I can't do an assignment or something. I get frustrated. So I do need to practice more self-care. Even when you let us out early, I jump back on module 5, like, cause like that stuff's like kind of interesting. But what really shocked me was like Native Americans are killed by police at higher rates than any other population. I always thought African American was the number one, had a higher rates because what you see on the news or what you see on the media. But you can't just go off by that. But at the same time, we all believe the same and stuff, but we need to stop just looking at one population or one race, and like we all just really need to come together, because this is like police brutality is something that needs to be addressed from all perspective and any all population. Just like the video that you put in module 5 about Jackie. She was a mother of 4 and she was about to have one. And for some reason the cameras weren't working, but the two police end up turning back to work, which I feel like they shouldn't have been able or allowed to return back to work. But I did see where they passed like a little law, like when you using deadly force or whatever, you gotta be investigate 101, as you should. I feel like that should have been taken more further investigation, like her uncle said. Also, and you post in module 5 about more in depth about the medicine wheel. I never knew or looked at it in that way. Like if you burning a candle or sitting around like a firelight, it's like you outside with nature. But at the same time, I never knew like it could change a deep change away in your heart or the way that you were breathing. So that was like kind of shocking. And also, I remember as a kid, like walking on the beach, as I seen in the video about the medicine wheel, like you feel the sand between your toes and stuff. I never knew like if you can feel that it was like a close connection with the earth, like Mother Earth. So that was like that like stood out to me as well. Also in one of the videos that I watched was I think it was like the criminal justice video. But anyways, when they was talking about it's hard for Native Americans to trust. I see why it's hard for them to trust. You got to think about their land was removed from them, so I can understand in that aspect. So as a social worker, like I'm gonna have to try to get that to them to build that trust with me, because now that everything that you done brought about like in this class, like, because like I said before in talking circle today, like we only learn bits and pieces. We never know like what is really going on unless something is really broken down. I can say I like the music videos, but the music video "We Are One" really stood out to me because it gave me a sense of belonging, like, oh yeah, I can dance with them. But at the same time, it also gave me a view like the Native Americans, like they can step outside their box too. They can show like other stuff instead of staying in. It's good to branch out sometimes, to just stay in like your little surrounding or closed shell. I mean, the other music video, Life of Native, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't as catching as the first music video. So I appreciate module 5, everything that you have put out. Like I did watch everything, and it's like I could go on and on talking about it, but I'm not. But module 4, once again, the NASW, You refresh my mind with that, like how to apply it to like the Native American, the indigenous people, also how to like apply it to the act that I had, the Indian Child Welfare had act. The video that was in module 4, I think it was like youth or elders or something. But it was on, I know it was on suicide. It was like about the elders teaching the youth like how to maintain like a spiritual peace and mental health, like through different methods, and how people come along like to help them along the way. And if you look at it like in a social like aspect, it's like the different ways like Native American can like cope with stress. No, other than like, going through like treatment, something like you just need to take a minute to get your mind right. Also, it can like as a social work perspective, like you can find ways like to help the client and stuff. Um Also, what I learned deeper in module 4 was that I think it was, I'm not for sure, but I think it was like to cope with the trauma and stuff. I think it was like it gave when you put that link up there for like prevent, I think it was like intervention like for youth alcohol. I thought that was like really wonderful for you to put like this helpful information, and I will be using it. That's all that I have, because if I keep on, I'll keep on blabbering on. But some cultural influence or challenges, like I said before, will be communication. Not even just communication, eye contact, because like in some culture, like you can't make eye contact with the client, and I'm the type of person, I like to make eye contact at people to let you know like I'm listening, I understand. So that can be like a culture barrier, communication and eye contact for me. Also with the values, like self-care is a value to me and my family. I value the most. Also, like I said, the bias previous, I don't have that bias no more. Like you have to learn from yourself. Like all like Indian people don't like African American, but at the same time, I can feel how I want to feel, but at the end, you need to get to know things for yourself, instead of like just looking at one bad apple and stop like thinking like that. Um Also, like in social work, the connection that I can make like with throughout the whole class, the module of 4 and 5, like to apply it to the NASW, because like the standards, the ethnics, and the value, like standard 1, the ethnics and the value. You gotta think about self-awareness and stuff. Like I can apply all of this to the Native American and the indigenous people. Throughout this whole course, I did not know that I was gonna feel disconnected. Like you put out some good content. Like it was like, I mean, it's a short amount of time, but at the same time, if you really like was into it, like I was, like you will feel connected. Like I really learned a lot throughout the short month that we had. Like you provided good content, and I can say that I felt connected, because like I can only imagine like how the Native American or indigenous people felt like having their land taken away, or the children being placed in homes, like the trauma that affect them. So I really do appreciate you, Dr. K, for the content that you provided throughout this course, and I hope you enjoy my journal reflection for 4 and 5. Thank you.